Hey everyone, today I'm going to be discussing the top 5 essential mods that you should download for The Witcher 3. All of these mods will be included in the description so you can download them at any time. Now these mods add quality of life improvements, graphics improvements, and overall just a bunch of small changes that improve the game. So let's get right into it. The first mod I'm going to discuss is Always Full Experience. What this mod does is no matter what level you are and what level you complete a quest at, you'll always get the full amount of experience. Now this has personally been a big issue for me because it made me want to stop doing quests in the game because they were too low level and I wasn't going to get any experience or reward for doing it basically. This mod fixes that problem by allowing you to get full experience no matter what level you do a quest at. Now some people might think this is unbalanced because you'll be over leveled by the end of the game, but if you were to do all the quests at the level they required anyways, you'd still be that same level. I find that this allows me to put a lot more time into the game by finding every quest and doing them myself, instead of disregarding the quest just because, it's too low level or I think I'm not going to get a good reward for it. This incentivizes you to go out and do every quest you can find. Now, if you find that the full experience is too much for you, you can change the difficulty setting to take into account what level the quest is at. You can set it so that it gives you 50% experience if you want, and gray quests that you're way out level for, or you can set it to change depending on what difficulty you're playing at. So 100% experience on easy or normal, 90% on blood and broken bones, and 80% on death march. Now this mod doesn't change the individual experience you get from each quest. It just changes how much experience you get based on what level you are in comparison to the quest. Quests that awarded 10 experience or 0 experience or 25 experience in the first place aren't going to change after you install the mod. And that's why I find this mod so useful and awesome, because you want to do every quest. And that was number 5. The fourth mod is Nitpickers Patch, which changes up a couple graphical issues in the game. It fixes sword clipping, a level of detail errors, just every little detail you can think of in the game that might have a clipping issue or something like that is completely fixed with this mod. The mod author has gone and changed a lot of stuff and fixed a lot of issues that he's found while playing the game. As of December 6, 2016, though, the mod author has said that he's going to slow down the pace of the mod and take a break for a little bit, but I'm sure he's going to come back and fix every other issue he finds. This mod also has a light version that's more compatible with other mods, and doesn't change any armor textures, hair tucking, or doesn't change anything with your swords either. And then he's also got an old armor textures that just replaces all the Witcher armors with their old textures before he made changes with the actual patch. I would recommend this mod to just about everyone. It's not going to put any undue stress on your graphics card or processor or anything like that. It doesn't really add any, HD textures or anything, so it's just going to fix the graphics issues, and it won't cause any undue stress on your system. You should still be able to run the game just perfectly. And that is number 4. Number 3 is The Witcher 3 HD Reworked Project. Now what this mod does is changes a lot of the low-res textures that were in the game to high-res ones. Mostly the only low-res things in the game that were in here were just a couple miscellaneous items, some rocks and stuff like that. But this change really creates a big difference in the game. The mod author states that this has high-quality meshes with lots of details, most of them created from scratch, and good optimization is preserved. Very high quality detailed textures with great sharpness and performance without any unnecessary VRAM losses. So basically you can expect this mod not to cause any performance hit on your system. Now what this mod actually changes are rocks, spruces, thatched roofs, ceramic roofs, wood logs, wood crates, water puddles, sacks, stools, book sacks, scroll stacks, checkered floors, bear furs, grain textures, hay textures, moss textures, Novigrad walls level of detail, braziers, simple wooden tables, toadstools, and rocks, wood logs, and sacks from Tucson. The mod author has created a huge amount of different versions that you can install based on what version of the game you're playing or how many expansions you have for the game. I put some of the images in the background that the mod creator provided, and you can just see how big of a difference this mod makes. And this makes you really notice how much low textures there actually were in the game. The game overall, the vanilla version looks pretty good, but this mod just, changes those little low-res things that, might ruin your immersion if you find them out in the world. I wanted to mention that all the mods I've talked about so far are very easily installed, and you can just get them straight through the Nexus Mod Manager. But make sure to check any other installation things that the mod author has put on their page, just to make sure you don't have any errors or anything like that in the game. And that was number 3. For number 2 on my list, this mod's going to be a little different from the previous ones. It's Torch Hold to Interact. Now what this mod basically does is changes how long you have to hold down your activation button in order to put out or start fires and braziers and torches and stuff like that. This mod is a huge quality of life improvement that I found has improved my experience with the game. You no longer have to worry about Geralt trying to start a fire whenever you're trying to loot something that's near a torch. No more sitting there for 5 minutes trying to loot a body while Geralt just flicks his fingers at a candle. You may look at this mod and think it's not much of a change, but as you actually play the game, you'll realize it's a huge change. Now this mod has a bit of a different installation method than the other ones. You'll actually need to download this manually and put it in your input settings file in your documents folder. A bit different to the other mods I've mentioned so far, but it's still insanely easy to install, and I would recommend this mod to everyone. And that was number 2. Now for number 1. Friendly HUD is my most recommended mod for everyone who plays The Witcher. This mod allows you to disable elements of the UI HUD and then re-enable them with a hotkey at any time you want. This greatly improves immersion in the game because it allows you to, not have to stare at the mini-map in front of your face 24/7. You can actually turn it off anytime you want and turn it back on anytime you want. You can turn it off when you want to, look at a vista or see something really cool in the world. And then you can turn it back on whenever you want to start doing a quest and need to know where to go. Now this mod also allows you to turn off your active quests, your health bar, your equipment in the lower left. Just every UI element that's in the game you can turn off and on at will. Now this was huge for me because it improves your immersion so much. Now this mod is pretty cool because it actually has other features included with turning off the UI elements. There's an option that allows you to stop time and look around with the camera. So if you wanted to get a cool screenshot out, in the middle of a battle, this allows you to do that really easily. This mod also allows you quick access to your potion, bombs, and oils through the radio menu, and you can just change those out without having to go into your inventory. There's even a hotkey you can change between your crossbow and your bombs instantly without having to go into any menus. This mod also allows you to zoom out the minimap even further if you wanted to. You can even turn off text bubbles above NPCs' heads when they're not talking to Geralt. Now this mod has hotkeys where you can turn on the whole menu at once, or you can just turn on individual pieces of the menu. It also includes a little compass that you can use that's not intrusive, and it goes at the bottom of your screen. And you can have your objectives show up on this little compass, and that way you don't have to turn on the minimap and you can just know right where to go. And it also allows you to show quest markers on NPCs even if you're not tracking their quest. You can hide enemy levels and damage numbers. And whenever you use the cat potion, you can pause it when you leave a cave or go into a bright area where it's too bright. This mod's installation is a bit different from the other ones. You actually have to manually download the file, and there will be a little readme inside the file that you can go through that shows you how to fix your config files, and there's a couple things that you have to copy and paste. Overall, still easy to install as long as you follow the readme file. And if you were going to get any mod out of this list, I would recommend this mod the most, just because of the sheer amount of changes that it adds and the quality of life improvements that it adds, and it greatly improves your immersion in the game. And that was number 1. This has been Erdiak. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, maybe give me a like and a sub if you want. I'll be making videos similar to this one for Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, stuff like that, and I'll just be making gaming related videos in general as well. Anyways, thanks.